Are you retiring from track? Does this mean you're back to Mount Marathon? How is this different from the bigger brands? Do they make super shoes or spikes? I would not say I signed a pro contract if it was just for a free kit. This year, my first trail race is going to be, that is a huge mistake that I made in the past. What are my goals this year? What would you say to a high school runner that feels there is a certain runner's body? Hello, hello. Yes, I am so excited. I've said that way too many times in the last like 3 days, but I'm gonna keep saying it because it's true. Yeah. We are covering a lot today. I'm going over, everything about Nnormal, what it is, what it means for me, how my training, my racing, my life will change because of this contract, what my racing schedule is this year. We're gonna go into recovery and food and my goals. So yeah, I've created chapters, so if you want to skip around, feel free to do that. I guess I'll just get right into it here. So the first question I wanted to answer is just, what is normal? So it stands for not normal. Nnormal is focused on creating a new normal for activewear, outdoor gear, performance wear, the way that it is produced, distributed, utilized. They want to create pieces that are durable and have circularity, and they also want their company to be transparent and fair. I love that they are authentic and open about their mission and that they value not being normal, because I'm not normal. I'm just really excited to be a part of it. Another question that there was is, how is this different from the bigger brands? And to me, it's hugely different. I think in my third or fourth meeting, I met the founders of the company, and I'm already involved in feedback for products and helping to contribute to the future of Nnormal, providing ideas for ways the company could build or be better. And that's something that they really want. They want me to be involved outside of just athletic performance. And big companies, they kind of see you as an athlete and nothing more than that. So how much can you say about the contract? And I obviously can't give super specific numbers, but as I said, they want it to be really a long-term partnership. They want me to be involved in ways other than just performance, but I am also an ambassador on the performance side, so I will be racing for Nnormal and wearing their clothes when I'm working out, but also they really support my goals outside of running. They love my content creation and my mental health advocacy, eating disorder awareness side of things. And so I'm super excited to work with them on something there. People are also like, oh, is it a free kit or a salary? I would not say I signed a pro contract if it was just for a free kit. They will be providing me with some financial stability in my life. What does this mean for social media and content creation? I'm not going to stop doing that because I truly enjoy it and love it, and I want to keep sharing my journey. The more that I have leaned into social media in the last couple of years, the more I realize what an incredible community there is there and how much I can connect, especially through long form media like YouTube. So I'm definitely not going to be stopping that anytime soon. How will this impact your life? Now, like I said, I'll have a little bit more financial stability, which is great. And I will be doing more trail racing, which we'll talk about more later. But other than that, it doesn't impact me too greatly. The contract is an individual contract. I'm not obligated to join a team. I'm not obligated to move cities. I'm not obligated to have a certain coach. So it's honestly great. I'm able to still live my same life, and I don't have to do a complete 180 flip with all of that. Are you going to be training with the team? Yes, sometimes. So Nnormal is based in Spain. It's a Spanish company. And so this summer we're going to have a bit of a team camp in Spain. And I am very excited for that. Stay tuned for some
European content.
Who are the athletes that will be at this team camp, you ask? Well, the Nnormal athletes are Kilian Jornet, Emily Forsberg, Tafol Costanier, Max Romy, Dakota Jones, Peyton Thomas, and me. Depending on racing schedules, we might not all be training at the same time, but we're all part of the same team, running for the same company, chasing some big goals, so yeah. I guess at that point, I'll just get into the racing finally. Like, everyone was asking, well, are you doing more trail races? Are you retiring from track? Are you still gonna do steeplechase? Are you doing ultras? Like, everything. So let me just make this clear. I am going to be doing a lot more trail racing, yes. But I'm not retiring from track. Like, Nnormal has given me the autonomy to run track and on the roads when I want to, as long as I also represent them on the trails, which is where their main presence is. Next year is another Olympic year, so if I'm feeling really good and I'm feeling really fit, then you can definitely expect to see me on the track trying to get to the Olympic trials and maybe the Olympics. With that said, people are asking, does Nnormal make road shoes? Do they make super shoes or spikes? No, they don't make road shoes, they don't make spikes, and they don't plan to move into that space. They're really, really strongly building their trail presence. And so when I am racing on the trails, I will be fully decked out in Nnormal, but when I'm on the roads or the track, I'll be wearing another brand of super shoes. So many people are asking, does this mean you're back to Mount Marathon? Like, Mount Marathon is probably the reason that I got this contract, because one year Killian and Emily, so Killian the founder and his wife Emily, both raced at Mount Marathon, and I was there. I was in the same race as Emily, and she dusted me. Like, it was just crazy how good she was. It was honestly mind-blowing to me how she could do it so fast. But anyways, that was when I met them, and now like they reached back out, and I feel like there are so many different little connections to Mount Marathon through this company that I have. And so yes, I will definitely be going back to Mount Marathon, but like, I was always gonna go back, okay? It's just been a matter of time. This year, my first trail race is going to be the US Mountain Championships, and then Broken Arrow and Tahoe. And then I'm heading to Europe for the Dolomites, which, oh yes. I think that race is the one that I'm the most excited for. And after that, Sierra Zanal. And then maybe Pikes Peak and Mammoth Trail Fest, but like, that is a racing schedule that I'm just, you mean to say that I'm gonna go to Italy and I'm gonna run in these mountains with that view and get paid for it? Did I hear you correctly there? Here is like where the scale for stoke levels ends, right? Here's where my stoke levels are. They're like so far away that they no longer exist on the planet Earth. And then someone asked, what does the day-to-day look like? Like I said, not that much changed for me, so my day-to-day is still pretty similar. I guess I'll just go through it here for you guys. So I usually wake up at 7:30, make coffee, and then I work from like 7:30 to 10:30, 11, kind of depending on how much I have to do. And then I'll do my first workout, have lunch, then I'll work some more in the afternoon, and then do my second workout. And then usually after that, I'll cook dinner. Here's just a little example of what a normal dinner night would look like. We are making HelloFresh tonight for dinner, which is nice because I don't really feel like coming up with something to make. I do like most of the planning and cooking in the house, so it's kind of nice to just have that taken off of me. Tonight we're making balsamic tomato and herb pasta. You can also personalize your meals. Like if you have any dietary restrictions or if you're on a specific diet, then HelloFresh has like a lot of really good options for everyone. You know, vegetarian, vegan, keto, all of those. As runners, Spence and I need just a lot of food every day, so we almost always run out of groceries in the middle of the week, so it's awesome to just get a HelloFresh delivery and have quality ingredients delivered right to our door. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code Ostrander65 for 65% off your first order of HelloFresh, plus free shipping.
That's convenient.
That is actually so good. Really simple, but like, that slaps. So, you know, go to HelloFresh.com and use code Ostrander65 to get 65% off and free shipping. And you could have this. Ooh. After dinner is kind of my chill time. Yeah, that's pretty much a day, and it's gonna look pretty much the same. My workouts will change a little bit. And that brings us right to the training section. A lot of people are asking, how will your training change? And right now, not very much, because my next 2 races are still on the roads. And so the training I'm doing right now and what I've been showing still very much applies to those. But I am gonna start transitioning to doing more trails. So I've been trying to integrate trail runs at least once a week lately. Really the only difference is just adding specificity to the running part of things, like moving some of the workouts away from the track and towards the trails. But with that said, like, I'm always gonna utilize the track, because going into the trail world, my strength is that I have speed from the track and shorter races. So I don't want to lose that. I definitely want to continue to nurture it. What my weekly mileage looks like and cross training volume. And they also asked if that will go up since I'm on a team now. And I'm gonna answer the second question first. No, it won't be going up because I have a contract. That is a huge mistake that I made in the past of trying to do more now that I'm a pro, and it only got me injured. So I'm not doing that. I've learned my lesson. My weekly training volume is about 35 to 40 miles a week. A lot of that on the treadmill uphill, and then around 6 to 7 hours of cross training a week, and then 2 lifts. I do have a Strava though. If you want to see all of my training that I do, I put almost everything on Strava. Did the uphill treadmill running start because of this contract? And the answer is no. It really conveniently worked out, but it was completely coincidental. It's just that uphill running is lower impact. So I've been doing it a lot as like poor man's Ultra G basically. How do you know when to cross train and what workouts to do? I have just slowly over time found a balance of running and cross training that works for me, and also a balance of intensity in the cross training that works, but that's super individualized and something that you have to work out on your own. One thing that I would recommend is not starting with too much cross training. Just because it's not impactful, cross training still definitely takes a toll on your energy and your recovery. So I would say just start by integrating a couple 30-minute easy cross trains a week, and then try to add intensity to those, and then add volume after that. How to increase running volume without getting injured. And my number 1 recommendation would be don't. Start by increasing the volume by adding some cross training. And then if that goes really well and you're feeling great, you can start to convert those cross training workouts into runs. But I wouldn't start by adding running. But that's just me. But if you're injury prone, I think that that's a really good tactic. How do you keep yourself motivated in the winter? I'm just gonna answer how do I keep myself motivated in general. One thing that I think gets underemphasized is passion and how much that can contribute, because when I'm truly passionate about a goal, it doesn't take a lot of external motivation for me to do it. If motivation is something that's a big struggle, I think the first thing that needs to be evaluated is, are you actually passionate about those goals? And if you aren't, then I think maybe change the goals a little bit, or break them down into smaller goals, process-driven goals that will help you get there, so that you have something that you're constantly working towards and excited about. That's what keeps you motivated. What are my goals this year? I mean, my number 1 goal always is to just stay injury-free. And then in addition to that, I really want to stay open-minded and give myself grace as I'm transitioning to trails. In my head, I have this immediate expectation for myself to be at the top. And obviously if that happens, I will be so happy, but I have to give myself time and give myself grace to develop in the trail world in the same way that I gave myself 10, 12 years to develop in the track world. Another big goal for me is obviously to be able to continue pursuing recovery from my eating disorder while I'm on a pro contract and racing intensely for a large part of the year. Which brings us to our last category, which are recovery and food questions. One of the questions was, how does fueling change on off days? For me, that's definitely something that I still struggle with. I don't want to just cap and say, oh, it doesn't change at all, because it shouldn't. I should just follow my hunger cues and eat what I want to, what feels good to me on off days, but it's really, really hard for me. So that's something that I'm continually working on, trying to actually rest, actually recover, actually refuel, and just let my body have what it needs. Another question was, how do you deal with your body changing? I think the only thing you really can do is let it change and see that nothing actually terrible happened. Through this entire process, I've always had like an extreme fear of my body changing, but it's not going to change like in the second that you eat the food. So it's like, okay, eat the food, nothing happened. Months down the line, maybe your body's a little different, but nothing bad happened. The only way I can overcome fears through my eating disorder is facing them and seeing that I was okay over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like repetition. Every day, you realize again and again that you're fine. That links right into the next question, which is, what would you say to a high school runner that feels there is a certain runner's body? I was definitely that person in high school, because a lot of runners do have similar bodies, especially at the top level. One of the things you have to realize is that a body is never what makes a runner good. Like, it's the mentality, it's the training, it's the years of hard work, determination, and their body is just like something that shows on the outside, but it's really not what makes them good. So that's something that I constantly remind myself that applies to me. Like, my body is not what makes me a runner, it's not what makes me special. You don't need to chase a body, you need to chase your goals. So follow the science, follow the training, follow the art of running to try to reach those goals. And scientifically speaking, it will never be advantageous to underfuel your body. It will never help you, especially when you're younger. Can lead to negative health consequences like lower bone density, damaged hormones, tons of bad things. Like, just, that's not a good idea. The good idea is to actually fuel your body, and then it will adapt and respond to training in a way that helps you reach your potential. The next one was, what is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor? And I know that this is gonna be controversial, but I literally love the cherry flavor. I don't know what it is about it. It tastes very, very artificial, but like so good. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but they're good. They slap. And then the last question is a fun bonus question. And this one was sent by one of my very favorite subscribers, and that is Paul Ostrander, my dad. And the question is your dad your favorite parent? Well, I will say my dad sends better selfies than my mom does, but I can't say I have a favorite parent. So we'll just have to leave that one open-ended. But I hope you enjoyed this Q&A and it answered your questions. If you have more, leave them in the comments and I'll respond as well as I can. And yeah, let's go not be normal. That's all for now, folks.